AI is not what it's cracked up to be. Oh, an anti-AI take. Oh, Jordan, why are you saying such naughty things? Little Adam Sandler, a little bit there. So I have been playing around recently with using AI to do company scoring and taking a lot of variables, dumping that into a gigantic prompt and being like, "Yo, AI, tell me what tier account this is." The problem with this is that it's actually pretty complex because remember, AI is not using logic, it's predicting the next token. So, given everything in the gigantic prompt, what's the next thing that I should say? And that's really actually not good enough for complex logic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you in this video how to go back to the basics, baby. How to use AI in the setup of the logic, but not the execution of the logic. So we're going to walk you through exactly how to do this. And basically AI is very, very cheap, but this is free inside of Clay. So let's dive in. All right. So the way that we've done this, we have three tiers of contacts here that we're trying to identify. And so what we did is we first started out with disqualification criteria. And we did something really, really simple. We looked at the contact's country code. And we used AI to print out all of the possible country codes. And we said, are they in US or Canada? But we also said, or are they any one of these countries? So we could identify, is this a disqualification? This was like one criteria we used for disqualification. And then I think we might have used title seniority. So first we disqualified all the contacts. Then we did something free, totally free inside of Clay. We looked for specific keywords. We lowercased all the job titles, and we looked for very specific keywords. Now, we know that there are certain keywords that matter, in this case for this customer, that they're classify them as a tier 1 title keywords. Super simple. Engineer, chief balloon officer, whatever, right? And then we did seniority separately. So we looked again for just keywords: director, DR period, doctor, director, doctor. We got doctors, forgive me. We looked for manager, senior manager, etc. And in this case, the tier 1 and tier 2 seniorities were actually the same. So we just wanted directors and above. So we looked for those keywords, also free. And then what we basically said, is this tier 1 or not tier 1? If it's not tier 1, then we said, look at tier 2 categories. Is it tier 2 or not tier 2? And then we did tier 3 categories. Say, is it tier 3? And then if it wasn't tier 3, then we said disqualification. So we had two chapters of disqualification, a chapter at the front and a chapter at the end, to say if we can't identify it's tier 1, 2, or 3, then it's disqualifying. And we attempt to disqualify it up front. Now, probably what we should have done is the very end, instead of disqualifying, we should have said unknown, because that would mean that we've gone through this process and we have found example cases where we are missing titles. This is probably the case where there are keywords missing. And then we can actually go through that. And because each of the steps is defined and it's deterministic, that is to say, we're not asking AI a bunch of criteria and place it as tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We're just using keywords. It is easy to know where the problem exists and how to fix it. This is extremely hard to do in gigantic prompts. And so there absolutely is a place in the space of lead generation to do really, really simple things in discrete categories. And when you break out the problem into its discrete units, it's a lot easier to troubleshoot. And also because in this case, we're not really using AI, I know for sure if this goes in, this will come out, which is very, very difficult to do with AI. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful, this will be posted on Tuesday. And yeah, let me know. I think that there is just a gigantic opportunity for you to take what you know and to break that into component parts. And it'll be a lot easier and a lot cheaper for you to take those component parts and deploy them at scale with very little or no AI. And you can accomplish a lot of what you need to do that way. But you just have to make what is you have to make what's simple complex and then simplify it again. So you have to get all the variables out with all of the aggregate information that you find when you manually looked at a list, and then simplify it, and then find the where the edges of that simplicity break down and make it a little bit complex, right? As Einstein said, everything should be as simple as possible, but no simpler. And this is the process that we use to make things as simple as possible, but no simpler. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I am so grateful that you spent almost 6 minutes of your life with me. You could have been ordering a cappuccino and been waiting in peace, but instead you came here to watch me. Thank you so much. Adios.